Vietnam is the most important event in American history in the second half of the 20th century. A good deal of the divisions that we suffer from today began to metastasize back during the Vietnam period, and we haven't really been able to put it to bed. It still divides us, as it does the Vietnamese people, one of the revelations, I think, of this film, but it has torn us apart. And it's time, because of new scholarship, it's time because of access to Vietnam, to hear a more complete story. Most of what we think we know about Vietnam is either woefully incomplete, sort of conventional wisdom, or just flat out wrong. And I've spent the last decade of my life with Lynn Novick trying to make as complete a portrait as we can of what happened from the moment the French arrived up to this moment. And it's a very, very complicated story. It's the most challenging project I've ever worked on. And while it doesn't have the overt redeeming qualities of a Civil War or the World War II, it nonetheless touches at essential human bravery and courage in many different forms. And I think it will be helpful for people who know nothing about it, and I hope it's particularly helpful for the people who participated in it, either in its resistance to it back home, and most importantly, into those soldiers who fought and who were never given the kind of credit that they're due.
Ken and I have wanted to make a film about the Vietnam War for a very long time. And we kept on saying, we're not ready, it's too soon, it's too recent, we need more time. And when we finished our film on the Second World War, which was in 2007, we were kind of putting the finishing touches on that, we really looked at each other and said, you know, we're ready to take on Vietnam. And I have to say, the Second World War and the story we told of the American experience of the Second World War was a very challenging project, extremely difficult. It was kindergarten compared to telling the story of the Vietnam War. This is the most complicated, challenging, and difficult and painful story I've ever worked on.